38 years of marriage, 3 children, countless family memories. I believed I had lived an honest life with the woman I loved more than anyone else. Then one unexpected phone call from my doctor shattered everything I thought I knew. He spoke carefully before saying the words that changed my life forever. Your blood test results revealed something impossible. According to the science, your children cannot be biologically yours. At first I laughed because I thought there had been a mistake, but the doctor remained silent. That silence was more frightening than anything he could have said. I never imagined that a routine medical examination would uncover a family secret buried for almost 4 decades. What I discovered next was far more shocking than betrayal. It was a truth no one in my family had the courage to reveal. Stay until the end because every clue changed the story completely and the final revelation left everyone speechless. For 38 years I believed I had the perfect family. My wife and I met when we were both young. We struggled together through financial hardships. We built our first home with borrowed money and endless determination. When our first child was born, I cried with happiness because I believed life had finally rewarded us. Years passed quickly. We welcomed more children into the family. Every birthday, every graduation, every family vacation became another chapter in what I thought was a beautiful life. Friends admired our marriage because we rarely argued. People often told us we were the perfect example of lifelong commitment. As I entered my 60s, my doctor recommended several routine health screenings. Nothing unusual. I expected a normal checkup and planned to return home the same day. Instead, my doctor called me back into his office. He looked uncomfortable. He explained that one of my blood test results showed a rare genetic marker. After reviewing my medical history, he suggested additional laboratory testing because something did not match the biological information connected to my children. I laughed nervously and asked if the laboratory had mixed up my samples. He replied that mistakes were possible but extremely uncommon. He recommended repeating every test before drawing any conclusions. A week later, the results arrived. The second report confirmed the first one. The doctor explained that according to the genetic evidence, I could not be the biological father of my children. My entire body became numb. I drove home without remembering the journey. Every family photograph on the wall suddenly looked different. Every memory seemed uncertain. I wanted answers immediately, but I also feared destroying my family if the tests were somehow wrong. Instead of accusing anyone, I quietly requested DNA testing through a certified laboratory. I told my children I wanted to learn more about our family ancestry for future generations. They happily agreed because none of us suspected what was coming. Several anxious weeks later, the reports arrived. None of the children were biologically related to me. I stared at the papers for hours, hoping I had misunderstood something. That night I could not sleep. Questions raced through my mind. Had my wife betrayed me? Had there been some unimaginable hospital mistake? Or was there another explanation that no one had considered? The next morning, I calmly asked my wife if we could talk privately. When I showed her the reports, her face lost all color. She did not deny anything. Instead, she burst into tears. For several minutes, neither of us spoke. Finally, she whispered that there was something she had hidden for almost 40 years. Before our first child was born, we had struggled to conceive. She had secretly consulted another fertility specialist because she feared disappointing me. According to her memory, the doctor recommended a fertility procedure using my sample. She believed that was exactly what happened. She never questioned it again. I was confused because I had never consented to anything beyond routine fertility evaluations. The more we investigated, the more disturbing the story became. Hospital records had been archived. Several doctors had retired. Some employees had passed away. Eventually, we located enough documents to uncover a possibility neither of us expected. There had been allegations years later involving improper fertility practices at the same clinic. Some patients claimed reproductive material had been switched without their knowledge. Although complete evidence no longer existed, the timeline matched our treatment exactly. My wife had never intentionally deceived me. She had trusted the medical professionals. So had I. Suddenly, my anger changed direction. For weeks, we searched through legal documents, newspaper archives, and old medical correspondence, trying to understand whether we had become victims of medical misconduct. Every discovery answered one question while creating two more. Our children were devastated, not because they stopped loving me, but because they realized the foundation of their family history had been built on uncertainty. My oldest daughter hugged me tightly and said, "You have always been my father. Biology cannot erase every bedtime story, every sacrifice, and every lesson you gave us." Those words broke me completely. I realized I had been measuring fatherhood through DNA when real fatherhood had been demonstrated every single day for almost 4 decades. I attended every school event. I taught them how to ride bicycles. I stayed awake during illnesses. I celebrated every success and comforted every failure. No laboratory report could erase those moments. Months later, our family decided to pursue the truth together rather than allow it to destroy us. We searched for every available medical record and consulted independent experts about historical fertility procedures. Although some questions remained unanswered forever, one fact became absolutely clear. Love had never been based on genetics. It had been built through trust, sacrifice, forgiveness, and shared memories. The experience permanently changed my understanding of family. Sometimes the greatest truth is not who shares your blood. It is who stands beside you when life falls apart. Today our family still gathers every holiday. The laughter sounds the same. The hugs feel the same. The love remains the same. Only one thing changed. We now understand that being a father is not proven by a blood test. It is proven by a lifetime of unconditional love. One phone call nearly destroyed everything I believed about my life. But in the end, I discovered something greater than biology. Family is not defined only by DNA. It is defined by loyalty, sacrifice, forgiveness, and the people who choose to love each other every single day. Some truths break your heart before they rebuild your soul.